VC recommends, I listen. Hi, welcome to Garage Geek. So, as you can see from my thumbnail, I kind of buried the lead. This video is built around a recommendation. In fact, I was going to do two, but I decided to only do one recommendation in this video. But I've got a couple of odds and ends that I want to talk about before I get to that. So, number one, from the thumbnail, Robert Zee is at it again. Now, I haven't known about Robert Zee's channel for a long time, but I'm so glad I do. Robert, every day you're coming up with something different. It's always something kooky and fun. I can't wait to do this contest. I think I'm going to take a serious approach, and I'm going to ask you some serious questions. I'm thinking about my costume. I kind of have the idea that I have in mind. Okay, so Robert Zee's contest. And I also have to decide if we're going to do FaceTime or if we're going to do Zoom or how we're going to do it. I don't know. I've actually never done a live stream. Maybe it would be good to practice with you, right? I could do a live stream and that would be my first time. It would give me an excuse to actually try it. But as my husband said, you're going to be a loser and like no one's going to show up. It wouldn't stop me, to be honest, because I would just do this. I would talk. The next thing I want to talk about is a new sub I have. So I was scrolling through and I saw one of the quarters contest entries. And so I just clicked on it. It was one I hadn't seen. And it was by a gentleman named CBCD. I have to write it down because I'm really bad with names. CBCD. And it's a string of letters. If anybody remembers at the very beginning, I could not remember T-Cat's deep vinyl tracks for the life of me. It took me forever just to memorize T-Cat's deep vinyl tracks. So anyway, CBCD, a string of letters, is a vinyl community member, and he only has 125 subs, and that's shocking to me. Really shocking, especially since he's been a member of the VC for 2 years. Now, I noticed he isn't aggressive on YouTube. He doesn't put out video after video after video like I do, but still, he only has 125 subs, and his videos are really good. So I'm asking as a favor for anybody who watches this, if you are not subbed to him, would you please pause my video right now? Please come back. Pause my video, click the link, go to his channel, sub, and please watch one video and comment. That's how I do it. Whenever somebody recommends somebody, I go to their comment, and not only do I sub, I actually watch a video and I comment so that I can get the conversation going. Please do that. Please. Now, I know only about 30 to 50 people are going to watch this video. If I'm lucky, I'm going to get 100. Okay, that would be amazing. But 30 to 50, I guess of the 30 to 50 people, many of you are probably already subbed. But if you're not, CBCD. I was asking him what the instruments were on his wall, and I asked him if one of them was a banjo. It was a ukulele, which is so funny. I mistook a ukulele for a banjo. And what does he do? He recorded a song just for me. And that was so touching. I've watched it at least 10 times. I love it so much. He plays on the piano. He plays his ukulele and guitar, I guess. But the funniest thing, I was like, how did you record the piano video? Because it's like straight down. I was like, how did you get the camera on the ceiling? He's like, oh, I hooked some rubber bands to the ceiling and put my phone in it and just hoped it wouldn't fall. He deserves 1,000 subs just for doing that. This guy is inventive. Oh, and you should see the shorts where, again, with this Chris Profi shorts. You should see his shorts. There's one, I haven't watched them all anyways, but there's one where there's a moose and they're camping and there's a moose. That one's really nice. And then there's another one where one of his kids climbs into a cooler. It's kind of cute. So yeah, check him out. Check out his long form videos. Check out his music playing. Check out his vinyl related videos. CBCD, please everybody. He shouldn't be at 125. Let's get him to 250. Let's double it. If you could, do me another favor. Would you all mention him on your channels, right? I watch all of you, and if you don't mention him, I'm going to be crying because I'm like, hey, you're subbed to me. You watched my video. You didn't mention CBCD. Now, I know I shouldn't be demanding. I'm kind of that way. I'm like a demanding personality, so sorry. My husband hates it. I still do it. I want to talk about this video that I watched. So I recently reviewed Vinyl Richie's recommendation of The Cramps, and I really liked it a lot. So then he recommended that I watch The Cramps playing live in a mental institute. I was like, what? So I went and watched it, and I haven't watched the whole thing. I will, but the copy that I have looks like it's recorded from a VCR, and they've got they got the tracking lines on it. It's like really cool. And seriously, they're in like a room the size of my garage, and they're like rocking out like crazy, and the mental patients are rocking with them. I'm not making light of people in mental institutes, but it's kind of weird. I wouldn't think that they would want that kind of music in a mental institute. Maybe I'm just thinking of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, where Nurse Ratched always played the orchestral music that I like so much.
That music is for everyone, Mr. McMurphy.
Maybe it's not like that in mental institutes, because, man, the music was loud and wild, and they were like, rah, screaming, and then the lead singer, he goes, people say you guys are crazy. You don't seem crazy to me. That really made me laugh.
We're the Cramps, and we're from New York City. And somebody told me you people are crazy, but I'm not so sure about that. You seem to be all right with me. The way I walk is just the way I walk. The way I talk is just the way I talk. The way I smile is just the way I smile.
I don't know. Am I leading a sheltered life? That was just like the weirdest video. Vinyl Richie, thank you. You continue to send me some weird stuff that I really get off on. Ben Rankins recommended the album Born Sandy Devotional by the Triffids. Let's go ahead and listen to what he has to say. Okay, I'm going crazy searching for this video where Ben Rankins explains why he likes the Triffids, and I can't find it. Just take my word for it. Ben Rankins went like this, and he said, I like this album. Oh, and while I'm here, I want to say that Ben Rankins responded to my challenge to do 1900 to 1950s Australian music, and that video is awesome. So please go ahead and watch it. But that means now I have to do a response 1960s to 2000s, one record per decade. So I've got to work on that. Oh, but while I'm here, I've been meaning to do this for a while. So Doug Anderson, there's a special treat for you at the very end of this video. So please stick around for that. I was supposed to review this album about a week ago, and I try to listen to the albums in my playlist once a day at least. Since this is the one that I was supposed to review the most recently, it was number one on my list. And since I was lagging on getting this video out, I actually listened to it a lot more. Initially, when I was going to review this, I really liked it, and I was going to give it about 3.5 stars out of 5. But the more I listened to it over this week, the more it's grown on me.
Yes, I was your best friend. You're my blinding sun.
This is a really solid album. I would call this alt folk rock. I know that there are many of these songs have stories, so I didn't go into the lyrics. There are a couple songs with a female singer, and initially her voice and her singing style wasn't clicking with me, but her voice grew on me. But I'm going to say overall that I was thoroughly enjoying this album, and I'm going to recommend it. I would move my 3 to 3.5 up to 4 stars out of 5. If you haven't heard this Aussie classic, Born Sandy Devotional by the Triffids, then I highly recommend that you check this album out. So again, I want to thank Robert Zee for really making me laugh. I want to thank CBCD. You created something for me, an artistic expression, and I was touched. I love that video. I want to thank Vinyl Richie. Again, you kind of just shocked me. I was not expecting to see what was going on in that mental institute. And then Ben Rankins, you gave me an introduction to another introduction to Australian music that's not, what's his name? Begins with a C. What's that guy's name that you're always talking about? John Cale? No. I got John Cale on the mind because I have a CD in the house. I'm listening to it. Nick Cave. You gave me another Australian album that isn't Nick Cave that I could latch onto. So I want to thank everybody. Please go to CBCD, sub him, and watch one of his videos and comment. I want to thank all of you for the amazing support.